Hey, what's up, everybody? You all should be receiving your keys from EtherFi here pretty shortly, and I wanted to run through how to import those if you are using the CDVN repo. So I guess if you're not using the CDVN repo, you're probably using DAppNode, and you can follow the guide on EtherFi's website under Operation Solo Staker. I'll link that in this post. But if you are using CDVN, you can just follow along with this video. It should be fairly simple. So first, this is a terminal window on my local machine, and I've also SSH'd into my other machine that I'm using to run the validator keys. And after you receive the keys, you'll need to decrypt them, and they will be in a zip folder. And then once you unzip it, my folder was called Node 2. And inside Node 2 was ENR private key, the cluster lock, deposit data, and the validator keys. And so first, what I will do, I'm just going to create a new folder on my validator machine called EtherFi. I'll cd into that folder. And then what I'll do is I'm actually going to copy this Node 2 folder to my validator machine. And to do that, I'll copy and paste this command that I have. You could use ChatGPT to figure most of this stuff out. All right, so it looks like it's copying all the key stores. And then maybe in this EtherFi folder, now I have a folder called Node 2. Let's see what's inside of it. Sweet. So yeah, there's everything that I need. All right. So the a main difference here, if you're used to using OBL, with a squad, you generally would go here into step 1 and create your ENR, which we're not going to do because we already have an ENR private key that has been sent to us. You also do not need to do any of this launchpad work or run the DKG because that has already been created here in the cluster lock, and the validator keys are already created as well, and the deposit data. So we are going to skip a lot of that. What you will need to do, generally when you create an ENR, it creates a .caron folder inside of the CDVN folder. And what we'll do is rename this Node 2 folder that I copied to .caron and move it inside CDVN. So let's go up at the top here. We still need to clone the repo. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm already inside my EtherFi folder, so that'll work out. Sweet. Yeah, why don't I just rename that Node 2 folder and move it inside the CDVN folder. So I'll rename that. Now it's named. And I'll just move it inside the other folder. Sweet. Now let's change directories into that folder. And once I get in there, we should have .caron along with all the other normal files that you would see, like the env files and the Docker Compose files. And so at this point, we've actually jumped ahead here down to past step 1, past step 2, past step 3. And we're here on start your distributed validator node. So there are still some changes that we'll need to do. We are running a full node, but we will need to make some changes inside our .env file. Specifically, we'll need to, we'll just go through it. So I'll rename my .env.sample.holesky to .env. And then let's edit that file and make some changes. All right. So we're already on the right network. We will need to enable the builder API. So we'll uncomment that, set it to true. We will also need to, well, since we enabled the builder API, we can select our relays. So here under MEV boost config, I believe these are, yeah, so these are Holesky relays. So I'll just uncomment this. If you have specific relays you want to use because your latency is better with certain relays, go ahead and choose the ones that you like. But I'm going to use the default relays. And okay, so we also want to enter a monitoring token. And this way, we'll be able to see which nodes in the cluster are performing well and which ones go offline. And so I will provide each of the clusters with a monitoring token in the Discord channel. So go ahead and copy and paste that, which I will do for me right now. All right, cool. All right, so let's go through it again. We got network, Holesky, builder API enabled is true. We're not using an external beacon node. MEV boost relays are there, and our monitoring token or credential is there. Sweet. So let's save that. And then the next thing we'll do, I'm not sure if I need to disable any of the services in Docker Compose, but let's check it out anyway. So to do that, you'll do the same thing that you did with the .env file. So copy docker compose override.yaml.sample and save it as docker compose override. And then use whatever editor you like and check it out. All right, so I'm going to be using Nethermind, Lighthouse, Charon, obviously, Lodestar, Prometheus, and so I'm going to be using all these services. If you have an existing EL and CL that you're plugging into, you'll need to disable these. Also, if you're using or plugging into an existing MEV-Boost instance, disable that as well. But for me, these all look good, so I am not going to change anything. Sweet. So that is all that you'll need to do if you are spinning up a node using CDVN. Well, I guess the main thing here is you need to start the folder. So you'd go docker compose up D, and it should start everything. And this is the first time I'm actually starting this, so my EL will definitely need to sync. So I'll probably be getting some errors about like waiting for my execution layer client to sync or my consensus layer client to sync. But overall, just wait for those to sync and you should be good to go. Maybe, restart the containers if you're seeing any errors. But yep, that's it, guys. I'll see you on the other side.